Coming up on Mountain News this morning, a practice UPS strike was hosted yesterday in Hazard. And Attorney General Daniel Cameron announced his running mate for the upcoming election.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. The time is 5:33 on July 20th. Now let's check in with Chief Forecaster Brandon Robinson on this first alert weather day for a look at your forecast this morning. And Brandon, as of now, there's no active weather, but we are seeing some heavy fog this morning.
In some spots.
Yes, in some spots. I noticed it whenever I was on my way in this morning, and it seems like it's almost gotten a little worse since I've gotten here into the studio.
Yeah, here in town it's a little bit on the rough side, but other spots it's kind of patchy. So just be aware of that this morning. Be careful. It's literally the calm before the storms, at least for the moment. Let's take a look, see what's going on downtown Somerset. No major issues down there. That's one of the warmer spots this morning. They're still in the 70s, 73 right now. A mild and muggy morning across the region as we start out the day today, and we're seeing again basically upper 60s, low 70s for everybody except for a couple of spots. The usual suspects. Clintwood's at 61, Wise is at 64. Day planner for today: the closer we get to lunchtime, the more storms you're going to see, and of course we'll have the latest updates on the models coming up here in just a few minutes. Olivia?
Brandon, thank you. UPS and Teamsters, the union, which represents nearly 340,000 UPS workers, need to agree on a new labor contract before midnight on July 31st to avoid a strike. UPS workers are holding practice picket rallies across the country, including one yesterday morning here in Eastern Kentucky that I was able to attend. Across the nation and at the UPS facility in Hazard, UPS workers are preparing to strike if an agreement is not reached.
Part-timers are the backbone of UPS, and it doesn't get done without them.
On July 5th, both UPS and Teamsters walked away from the table, bringing negotiations to a standstill, with the largest holdup being related to part-time workers. Local part-time employee William Smith says they're frustrated.
We've got a CEO that's making buku millions of dollars a year, which that's her job. But, you know, when the company's making record profits off everybody sitting at home ordering, and they're still slipping us with, you know, $4 and $5 an hour things. Not really, but, you know, it's what it feels like sometimes.
Adding that the expectations they have are not feasible for a low-paid part-time employee.
They're just really hard on us at times. They're wanting us to meet goals that, you know, we just can't meet with the staffing they're wanting to give us.
And Teamsters local union 651 President James Brandt says part-timers start out at $15.50 per hour, only getting paid for about 4 hours a day.
Folks have to work a couple jobs to pay bills, and the company's not willing to pay them any more right now.
If the agreement is not reached, Hazard UPS employees are prepared to take a stand.
We're a brotherhood. We're part-timers, full-timers. We all work for the same company. We want to service the customers in the best way, but we deserve equal pay across the board.
If UPS and Teamsters do not reach a deal, this will be the largest single employer strike in U.S. history. A man who is in the hospital after allegedly assaulting a police officer is set to face attempted murder charges once he's released, says the Logan County Sheriff. Investigators in West Virginia say Barry Vaughn and Marlana Atkins were found sitting in a parked car with stolen plates outside a business Tuesday. When officers approached the car, investigators say Vaughn accelerated into the officer. That's when officers fired shots at the car. Atkins was charged with malicious assault on a police officer, among other charges. Vaughn will be charged once he's released from the hospital. A Southern Kentucky man is facing charges following a traffic stop. London police stopped an ATV on South Laurel Road near the Job Shop on July 6th. In addition to illegally driving the ATV on a public road, officers say 37-year-old Dustin Ray Holland of London was lethargic. When they searched him, they found 5 buprenorphine pills in his pocket. Holland was arrested for DUI along with other charges and was taken to the Laurel County Correctional Center. A Northern Kentucky community came together Tuesday night to remember 2 brothers killed in a tragic boating accident. 18-year-old Chase Fisher and 14-year-old Cole Fisher died last week. The Villa Hills community gathered for a prayer vigil to support the family. Visitation for the brothers will be on Sunday from 2:30 to 6:30 p.m. at St. Joseph Church in Crescent Springs. A mass of Christian burial will be the following day at the same church. Here's a look at what people in Mayfield were dealing with yesterday. Many roads were flooded yesterday night with people unable to leave their homes. We're still getting reports about the extent of the damage, and of course Mayfield was devastated by a tornado back in December of 2021. The city's mayor is encouraging people to stay strong.
I'm so proud of the people that live here, but this is a second blow from nature that nobody has any control over. So just hang in there, hang in there. We will see and assess this damage once the floodwaters go down.
Mayor Onen says she knows the people of Mayfield will pull through this just like they've done before. Alice Lloyd College has been undergoing renovations as most students are on break for the summer. WYMT's Chandler Wilcox talked with the school president about where they are in the process.
Floodwater damaged Alice Lloyd College's main roadway and structures around it, including a retaining wall. Administrators then met to make rebuilding plans.
We got a plan of action together. What can we do to strengthen the school in the future? And architect engineer came up with the idea of a Ready Rock retaining wall.
Crews are now installing rock along the road as well as other rebuilding projects.
That's been the major project. We've also been building some new bridges, and we'll be doing repaving of everything.
Not only are they rebuilding from the flood, but they are also making new additions like the Bell Tower Chapel behind me.
The Bell Tower Chapel is almost complete, right in the heart of campus, and we wanted that. And the chapel aspect also, we are a Christian-based school, and we wanted in the heart of campus for us to sort of have that symbolism of the chapel.
Renovating dorms has been another focus. Crews have recently completed one women's dorm, and STEP says they are working to improve men's dorms as well.
And this summer, all bathrooms will be totally renovated by the time students come back, and we'll be working on other improvements as the year goes on.
STEP says they will be able to take more residential students with the renovations. Their first day of classes will be August 15th. In Knott County, Chandler Wilcox, WYMT Mountain News.
Alice Lloyd College will also be hosting a celebration for their 100th anniversary in October during their Appalachia Day homecoming. Alice Lloyd and June Buchanan founded the college, first called Caney Junior College, in 1923 in the Pippa Passes community. We now know who will run alongside Daniel Cameron as the Republican Party looks to take back the governor's seat in November. Cameron chose State Senator Robbie Mills. Jeremy Toms was in Frankfort explaining why Cameron made the choice and the pair's goals.
Cameron made the announcement at the party's headquarters, touting Mills's record in the state legislature.
He's Robbie Mills, who as state senator represents Dawson Springs, led the charge to rebuild Western Kentucky after the devastating tornadoes. It was Robbie Mills who passed a law requiring a photo ID to vote.
He also discussed Mills's work in defending the coal industry and called him the first to sound the alarm about radical gender ideology. Both say the Cameron Mills ticket will also focus on education and crime, 2 places where they say they sharply deviate from Governor Andy Beshear's vision. And Mills introduced himself to the ticket by going on the offensive against the incumbent Democrat.
He vetoed my bill to stop boys from competing in girls' sports. Because of his shutdowns, remember this, because of his shutdowns, students are now suffering extreme learning loss right now. He released thousands of violent offenders from jail, and many of those have recommitted crimes.
Governor Andy Beshear's campaign responded to the announcement yesterday morning. In a statement, they say selecting the person who helped lead the charge to enact Matt Bevin's plan to slash pensions for our teachers, police, and firefighters shows how Daniel Cameron does not care about hardworking Kentuckians. Coming up, one of the biggest comic conventions of the year is just getting started in San Diego.
Chances for showers and storms pick up this afternoon, and some of those could pack a punch. I'll have the latest in about 3 minutes.